there's my daddy. I'm gonna make it one day. And he said, well, honey, you're gonna be faced with rejection. And rejection, you're gonna be told no. And that you're gonna have to accept that it's okay. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Remember this, honey, no is the beginning of a negotiation.
Love that.
So I guess you would say there's no way to know, like, okay, when, is there any sign to know, like, okay, we got a hit. This is gonna blow up. The fans are gonna love it. It's gonna get 50 million streams or views. You know what I mean?
I feel like now more than ever, it's so hard to tell when a song is gonna blow up like that. I think, you know, as long as you're releasing music that you really love, and you put your heart and soul into it and you love performing it and you can't wait to get up and perform that song, I think that's the main thing. And then everything else is such a beautiful bonus that comes with it. And I think that's what I've always done. But I think now, because of things like, I don't know, TikTok, the songs are blowing up in a completely different way. And I actually like it because it kind of means that songs that maybe you wouldn't get played on the radio wouldn't usually blow up in that way are starting to find a new audience. Yeah, and I think that's quite an amazing thing, really.
I agree with that. Yeah. And speaking of the Grammys, congratulations, because you are nominated.
I am!
Wow. Yeah. So, how are you feeling?
I just started rubbing my hands just at the thought of it. It's hugely exciting and such an honor. And it's 20 years since I actually won a Grammy, so, you know, shows that longevity can happen.
Yes, that is true. Oh, my goodness. Now, when you go back to 20 years ago when you won, do you remember that night, and did you party afterwards? Come on, Kylie.
I think we were running late. I think we were stuck in traffic.
That happens
a lot. I kind of missed some of it. So note to self, you know, get ready earlier. Well, I think it was in traffic, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see you possibly win this Sunday, because I will be watching. Okay, now, tell me how I get into this. You have a Vegas residency?
Let's talk, yeah.
Yeah?
It's insane. I would love you to come at some point.
Oh, my goodness.
It's, yeah.
Is it something you always wanted to do?
I always thought I would go to Vegas at some point, but I thought I would go and do a massive show. Like some of my touring shows are just, we've had, you know, fountains and air, like crazy, massive stuff that you're packing this into trucks and touring.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a Vegas show. But it's turned out to be something different, where it's a really intimate environment. You come to this, the Club Voltaire, it's stunning. So as soon as you walk in, you feel quite extra, you know. It's like, this is
extra.
Night.
What does extra mean?
And it captured an audience of 1,000, so it's intimate, but weirdly, I'm putting more energy into this show than a big show. There's nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. You are with everybody. I see people crying and hugging and all the joy and emotion and history in that space.
Yes.
I'm having a real, like,
y'all better go check this out. This sounds amazing. Okay, Kylie, you just teased us with that. So everybody wants to know, will you do a tour in the U.S. after your Vegas residency?
Yes. Yes? I would love to. Yes, yes. I haven't got the dates yet, but we're working on it.
Okay, well, we're waiting on it to see it.
I will not let you down.
Now, do you think it'll be a big one, or will you keep it intimate?
I don't know.
We have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be waiting to see. I can't wait to find out. Your Grammy-nominated song, Padum Padum, it's the song of the summer, and it's gone viral. Like, how do you feel about the new generation in the TikTok era?
It was so exciting. It was my first song that really did that. To have like a viral sensation. A viral sensation! And so to watch it unfolding day after day, and at a point in time, it felt like hour after hour, like just more and more content was coming up. It was phenomenal.
Wow. Let's see, we have this clip right here from the video. That's a fierce little video right there. So what do you think of, like, music now? Because you've been in the industry for a long time, and like the connection and the communication, the TikTok, how music is received today.
Yeah, to be honest, it took me a minute to segue to the social world, but I'm there now and I'm loving it. I love you can interact with your fans. You can do dumb stuff, great stuff, you know, it's all available to you. But at its heart, the song is the song and the delivery of the song, and I think that the essence of what we do and what is delivered remains the same.
Yes, and it's in the material. It'll just resonate regardless.
Yeah, and my love for music and
and songwriting and the nuance of all of that and how you deliver it. It just grows and grows. It's richer. So I'm really enjoying what I do much more than ever before.
Love that. I'm grateful that I have you as an example, you know, to look up to and to get inspiration from, like, you know.
Well, thank you for that. I look at you and what you've done and what you're continuing to do, and I think that's inspiring. How many is it now? It's EGOTs. How many?
Wow, thank you. You always remind me of that.
I do. I don't let you let that go. When we were doing The Voice that day, and I was like, well, she is an Oscar winner. I saw you stopped and looked at me like, why is she talking about my Oscar?
Yeah.
Like I was gonna come steal it.
Oh my goodness. Please, I'm trying to get some of them awards you got. Like, I want to know, when you started out singing and writing, which one did you start doing first?
I always sang, like since I was a little baby. My mother tells this story about how because she was an opera singer.
Right.
And so she was singing this aria over and over and over and in Italian. And then she says that I sang, when she messed up, that I said, no, Mommy, it goes like this in Italian, and then told her how it went. So she was like, oh, she has an ear. So she was very encouraging. So from the time I was really little, I just always sang. But like as soon as I knew what it was to write something down, I started writing poetry and just making up little melodies. So I just sat on my mother's piano and just played, not knowing how to play, but just figuring it out. And then, you know, the melody was in my head. And what happened was it was like too much melody, too little ability to play. So I ended up writing with other people. And I prefer to work with like really talented piano players or bass
You love
players.
a good piano player. I know that.
I really do. I was blessed to work with Richard T. I don't know if you're, but he knows. You got to know who Richard T. was.
Of course he knows.
Played with Aretha and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I was blessed to work with a lot of really great, and still do. Daniel Moore, he's out there. We're working together, writing some new music. Excited.
Are you
about
writing
that.
some new music?
Yes.
Okay. What I want to know is, because I want to talk to the songwriter Mariah right now.
Yeah.
Like, do you dream up a song? How does it come about? What's your process?
Sometimes I think it. Sometimes it's just something that's like going over and over in my head, and I have to go to my phone and record it on voice notes and just be like, it's been every era of like what I used to record my songs. I used to call my phone message, whatever it was back in the day when you call and just
Like your voicemail?
Yeah, voicemail.
And leave a message to yourself?
And leave a message to myself with a little snippet of whatever I was hearing and just take it from there.
And you just know, like, right off the bat, it's going straight to #1 on the billboards. Like, where does that part come in at? We can't forget that part. Gwen, I have to ask you. I want to know.
What?
How did you get your start? And then, do you style yourself or you got a stylist? Because you'll be dressed.
You're so sweet.
Every time I see you.
Well, I love getting dressed up. I mean, part of the reason I've done The Voice is so I can do glam. But I was in a band with my brother for like 9 years. Yeah.
Wow. So your brother was in this band and you started at 16, right?
16, yeah.
My brother is not in that picture, by the way, FYI, because we were in the band for 9 years, and then as soon as the first record, The Tragic Kingdom, came out, he basically was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice!
Fans everywhere.
Didn't like that one.
He didn't want to do all the traveling and all that, so he went on to be like an animator for The Simpsons and did all this other, he's an artist.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's how we started. And, you know, it took like 9 years. We didn't ever think we were just doing it for like, you know, procrastination from going to school and like having a job. Like we just did it for fun. You know, I'd be like, Dad, can I have $5? I'm gonna go rent a mic at the like studio and like try to practice. He'd be like, oh, $5, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's the good old days. I mean, sometimes I always say like, and you know, which one was better, the first 9 years or like after you get famous, because it was so great. Like there was, you know, Del Taco and finding like dimes at the bottom of the car to like try to get something to eat after rehearsals. And it was the good old days, you know?
And they're still great days.
Yes.
You have a new album, which I love all your music. This album is called Timeless.
Timeless. Yeah.
Can you tell everyone? That picture is everything.
We're doing a blue thing. We love blue right now. Yeah, Timeless. I love my family so much, and I love my children so much, and like I just want to live forever, and I want to live and love like we're timeless forever. You know, I wish if I could if they were like, here's a drug, you can live forever, I'd eat it. You know, I would take it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. So.
That's the inspiration. I love that. And it seems to be about like self-love. How do you keep self-love at the
my whole album is a bunch of like that old school sound I do with the modern feel. And I noticed the majority of this album is just self-love bangers, like upbeat pop songs that are like, I love myself, you know? Because that's
what we need. We need more of that.
We need it. I need it. I love a good love song, but like if I'm gonna be on radio, I'm like, let's do something like I love me in there, you know?
I'm with that all day long.
Love.
And I hear you love you some T-Pain, honey.
I love T-Pain.
Oh my goodness.
I love T-Pain.
Y'all did a song.
I can't control my face, dude. I gotta really work on my face, but my excited face is like, it's a bit much. Look at, he's like,
We can tell you love him right there.
Yeah, I love him. At the iHeart Awards.
Yes.
I still not over you.
Oh.
I was watching you, crying for you. You were singing with Cher.
I was singing with Cher.
She was singing with Cher.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? I
my
was
goodness.
freaking out for you. I wasn't breathing, and then I was crying at the end. You were so good.
Thank you. That was
What was that like?
You know what?
She sang with Cher.
Well, I guess it would be similar to you doing your duet with T-Pain that you love so much.
It was exactly like that.
We all love Cher, right?
I love Cher.
And so to be, able to tribute her and then have to sing with her.
And then she came with you.
And then interview her? Oh my God. Sometimes it's best not to know what you're in the midst of until after the fact because you may not be able to get through it.
Yeah.
Girl, it didn't hit me until after. And I was like, oh my God,
You were like, she needs no introduction.
She needs no introduction.
It was so good. It was
Oh my goodness.
so good. Top to bottom, you nailed it.
Thank you.
I was crying for you.
Thank you for crying for me. Oh my goodness.
Congrats on your life.
Congrats, you received the biggest honor in Great Britain. So tell us what that honor was.
So I received an MBE by the Queen. So I'm the member of the British embassy.
So you just walked up the hallway and said, oh my God, all these people are big stars. It's very few who's received an honor from the Queen.
I know. I did actually get quite emotional about it because I thought, I was going to get an MBE for being part of Spice Girls and pop music and stuff like that. But I got an MBE because I've been working really hard with my charity called Women's Aid that brings awareness to domestic violence.
Wow.
So I've changed laws and I help women that are fleeing that kind of relationship because I went through a 10-year terrible abusive marriage. And so my thing was, well, I'm going to speak up about it. And domestic abuse is an epidemic. Yes. So I want to keep women and children as safe as possible and make sure there's guidelines in place so that when they do finally reach out for help, they've got somewhere safe to go. So that is a word for.
That is. And your mother went with you, and I know she was proud of you.
Well, the funny thing is, because when you get an MBE, you don't know ahead of time that you're going to get it.
Okay.
So it's a chauffeur-driven black car with a man all suited and booted that hands you an envelope. So I wasn't in at the time, so the envelope got handed to my mother. So it's very formal and very proper. And my mother called me, she went, what have you done? I've got a letter that's very official from Buckingham Palace. What have you been up to? And then I opened it, and I was so surprised and so happy. So I brought my mum along with me to get
such a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And my mother was so nervous.
She was nervous?
She was so nervous. She kept on going to the bathroom, checking her hair, doing her lipstick. I'm like, Mother, come on. So my nerves just disappeared because I was literally looking after her the whole entire time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's understandable. That is a major achievement. Okay, and your kids, how do they feel? Do they think their mom is cool? No, my son
No.
don't think I'm cool either.
I
get
mean,
it.
I've got a 12-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 24-year-old.
Oh.
I mean, my 24-year-old thinks I'm kind of cool now because all my clothes have come back round in fashion.
Yes, I mean, look at your mama. She looks fierce.
So my oldest daughter, she goes into my wardrobes, and I see her stealing things, but I'm like, oh, well, it's fine, it's fine.
So do they know their mom is a Spice Girl?
I don't think they care that I'm a Spice Girl. I mean, I was playing my music the other day before we went to go and see Hamilton. And I was like, hey, kids, who do you think this is? And they were like, I don't know, is it Lady Gaga? I was like, no. What kind of music is this, Mummy? I was like, it's Spice Girls music that we wrote. They were like, really? Anyway. I was like,
As soon as they know his mom, it's just uncool.
But I think with their friends, I'm kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ish.
Like, y'all better know you don't know who your mama is. Better get into it. I mean, look at you first of all, and then you.
Oh, but look at you.
Thank you. Oh my
you.
God. Like the '90s fashion is like it still
love it.
fierce to this day.
I love it, but I do think that I have always been stuck in the 90s.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever left it.
No?
Like, I like 90s R&B, 90s pop music, 90s clothes, 90s everything.
It was a great era, though.
It was.
You know what I
Until
mean?
you came along
Oh,
and then you
goodness.
knocked it into a different
Like,
level.
yeah.
There, yes you did.
But see, Milby, you gotta. Thank you. I mean, but you were inspiration. You know, I've always been a huge fan. And then, you know, I have that challenge as a mom, too. I be trying to be cool to my kid, but it seemed like that mommy thing just takes it all away, where
Oh, yeah.
no matter what you done did, who you are,
Exactly.
the kids are like, okay, don't embarrass me. That's what I get. That's what I get. But
Yeah.
this is amazing. The Spice Girls, is your 30th anniversary.
God,
That's insane.
See, when you say it like that, then I think I started when I was a Spice Girl at the age of 17. I'm old. I'm feeling old right now, but
Wow.
it is amazing that we've managed to kind of still stay friends.
Yes.
You know, it's been 30 years, and I think what you go through as a group, you did it by yourself, so it's kind of different, but as a group, like, you are just welded together for life.
Yeah, you're like family,
because you've
right?
been through such a crazy experience.
And made
You know
so
what I
much
mean?
history together. So y'all gonna like have a reunion coming up?
Oh, you see, I'm
Are
the
you gonna
one to
announce it
ask.
in-
See, when you ask me that,
We want a reunion.
I'm such a blabbermouth.
See, they worried about you telling it?
I get told off all the time for announcing stuff that I'm not meant to announce.
Ah.
But I mean, what I can say is we're definitely working on something together, all 5 of us.
Oh my God.
And by me just saying that, I'm probably going to get into trouble again.
You didn't say too much. But we want to know, right? Oh my goodness. That got me super excited. Okay. See, you got some good stuff, Mama. It's cool. First of all, you look amazing.
Thanks. So do you.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
You're
I'm
feeling good?
Yeah, I'm very sleepy, but I'm good.
Won't the tour making you sleepy?
Yes, absolutely. It's like it's a monstrous schedule and way of life. And I don't know how you guys do it.
Well, you doing it, that's for sure.
A little bit.
Yes. I mean, come on. This is a huge year for you. You're on a sold-out tour, and then you have the biggest solo album debut for a female in 2023. That is major. Have you celebrated yourself after all that you've done? It's
Yeah.
the end of the year, so
Yeah.
how much celebrating have you done with all your achievements this year?
I celebrated last night.
Okay. What does that mean? What did you do?
I just went out.
You went out?
Yeah, I just had a fun little silly little girl time. Yeah. Just had a fun time.
I can see with that smile on your face. Last January, you were working on your album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And right before, you were here. So, and we sang a little bit. Did that
Yeah.
help inspire the album in any way?
I mean, I feel like, I was just watching you on the TV back there in the dressing rooms, and I was like, she's so cute. Like, why is she so cute? And also, you have, like, the voice of an angel, and also you're such a vocal Bible, so, like, hell yeah. I, like, grew up listening to, like, everything you did and, like, studying how you articulate your vocals and, like, how everything is so, like, thoughtful and really all, like, comes from a place. So I feel like it would be silly to say that, like, anything I do doesn't have, like, a sprinkle of, like, your grace or things that you've done in it inherently.
That is
Seriously.
so sweet.
No, thank you. You're insane.
That is so sweet.
You're insane.
You know, ask me how I sing. I don't know. I just do it. So that's why I'm like, what did it do?
No, like, if there's, like, a note that's just, like, okay, I pick one from the 1,000 or whatever, but like just like, you would go like, ah, and it's like kind of covered tonality-wise. Yeah.
Okay. So
No, I
you're
watch.
teaching me.
No, you've taught me. I just watch and I study. And you're also cute.
That's
It's
why
easy
you're
to watch
such a
you.
dope vocalist like that. Like you literally study artists and, cause your sound is like crystal.
I grew up with 6 singers to look up to. I swear to God, that's how I learned how to sing, was just by like listening like really, really, really intensely for a very long time.
Okay, cause I kind of started out the same way.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, and back in the day, I used to love some girl groups.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's some of like your favorite girl groups? Cause I was in a girl group.
So was I.
I was in this group called Final Notice.
How old were you?
Ooh, I was about 16, I want to say.
That's kind of sexy.
Oh my God. Okay, what girl groups influenced you most?
I was in a girl group. My girl group name was called Daddy's Little Girls. Yeah, that's what I said too. That's how I think of it much later in my life. I'm like, is this like weird? For sure. Like, absolutely. But Destiny's Child was my everything.
So you recently performed at the VMAs this year.
Yes, I did.
What was that like?
It was so much fun. I had such a great time. I got to perform revamped versions of my songs, so rock versions of my some of my biggest hits, and it was really fun.
Because I like getting surprised, or at least a lot of times when I go on the stage and I see all the people I know, all my like celebrity friends, and I want to talk to them. So who did you see?
You know who I saw cheering me on was Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and Kelsey Ballerini, and I just, it was.
Sound like you had a lot of support.
Yeah, I did. It made me feel really, like I was nervous going out there, and once I saw people in the audience cheering me on, I was like, okay, I can do this.
It make you feel at home. I
Yes,
totally understand that. I would have been cheering right along with them if I
Oh,
was there.
thank you.
But I've been sitting right here on this couch, girl. I love your voice.
Thank you. I love yours.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I love yours.
Thank you.
Yes.
You got an instrument on you, little sister.
Thank you.
Please tell me, when did you discover that you could sing? When did you discover that voice?
So I was actually, I think I was about 4, 5 years old. I just started singing. So I sang in the talent show when I was in kindergarten. And I sang My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
In kindergarten?
I did not sound like Celine Dion in kindergarten. I did not sound like her. But I got out there and I belted, and that's when I realized I fell in love with music, is because my microphone went out and I stuck it through. You know, I continued to perform on stage even though I was having this technical difficulty. And when I got older, I realized I had
that you don't need a microphone.
Thank you.
It's very few singers who don't need a microphone, and you are one of them. You don't even need
So
the
are
mic.
you.
Okay, thank you. Listen, where do you think you got your voice from? Does anyone else in your family sing?
My mom sang. Yeah, my mom was a singer, and she was a country music singer. Oh. And so I got it from her, and was just constantly singing on the way to school, in the car, you know, around the house, and she taught me how to harmonize, and she taught me how to sing until I got a vocal coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she taught you well, that's for sure.
Thank you.
And then, great vocalists always have great musical inspiration. You got to meet Miss Aretha Franklin?
I did.
What was that
I got
like?
to meet her, and it was amazing. Well, first of all, I ran into her on the streets of New York, and I thought, I have to get a picture because she is such an inspiration to me.
It's nothing like meeting those we look up to, so she's definitely one of them.
Yes.
For sure. And you have been an inspiration for so many by sharing your story and being so honest. Like,
thank you.
You know, where did you find the bravery to do that?
You know, I had always wanted the role model that I never had growing up. Not saying that I didn't have role models growing up, but when I spoke about my eating disorder, in Hollywood, there weren't any young people talking about eating disorders that I knew of. And so I wanted to be that for my generation, of saying, you know what, it's okay to talk about your mental health, and I want to be the person that is an inspiration to the 13-year-old at home that's struggling with the same issues that I had. So, I had role models in my life, but nobody in the public eye that I could really look to and say, that's me, and I wanted to be that for others.
And you are, and it's making a huge difference. It really is. So you got new music coming out?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I have Sia's executive producing the album, and I'm just so proud of this album. It's all about my legacy and about love and just celebrating my life.
Great expression. I love that. We will be looking forward to that. And Sia is awesome too.
I love her. She's so brilliant. She's such a genius, and I think is the greatest songwriter of our time. So it's just been an honor
And
to
she's
work
a great
with her.
singer too. Yes, I'm a fan as well. Okay, listen at that. What about your kids? Are they into music? Do you sense any like musicianship in them at all?
Yes, Phoenix loves music.
Oh, really?
I was in the recording studio with him last night. He has just learned how to dance recently, so he's doing his little, there it is, his little head.
Oh, he's musical.
He loves music. I love singing Stars Are Blind to him at night as a lullaby, and that's his favorite song.
That is really, really sweet. Did you grow up in a musical family?
My mom and dad were both musicians. My mom has the most amazing voice I have ever heard, and she is 84 maybe now, or 85, and she still sings like
You better
an
sing.
angel.
Yes! And you do too?
Well, I mean, she sings like, you know, but
Is that where you get it from, you think?
I just was raised in it. I mean, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, I just was raised in. My parents played in a big band. I studied piano my whole life and got my degree in piano, but I could play by ear. So I was never going to be a great classical pianist. But yeah, it was the thing. It was all I knew, you know.
Which one did you start doing first? Did you start writing songs or singing first?
I started singing, and I'll tell you, some of my earliest songs were, well, I listened to Carole King and James Taylor, and then when I started getting into the piano, I started playing, Talking Book had just come out, Stevie Wonder, and just learning how to play. I mean, I just gravitated to listening and playing.
Man, you
piano
started at the
stuff.
top. Stevie ain't easy.
Well, I didn't say, I mean, at 7 years old, I wasn't playing great, but I mean, just good music and just wanting to be great, you know what I mean? You know how that is, like you just want to be great. I didn't want to be famous, I just wanted to be great, you know what I mean?
She didn't want to be famous, but you're inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, so did you ever think that you would go this far and achieve so much?
I don't think I thought about it. I just think I kept putting one foot in front of the other. And there were times, when I first started out, I got turned down by everybody, you know.
That can happen.
Yes, and I think sometimes no is like oh, you did not, you know, like you just dared me to actually
It pushes you more.
keep going.
Yep,
Yeah.
the passion. You got to be
Yeah.
passionate about this type of work.
Yeah.
I always say you wouldn't be able to make it through it unless you really have a true love and a passion to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
this type of work.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You have 2 teenage sons.
I do.
Are they
Yes.
musical?
They are musical, and man, I made them take piano lessons until finally I was just like, it's just not worth the battle. But my 13-year-old is full on sports. You have basketball kids,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's my 13-year-old. And then my 16-year-old wants to restore coral reefs, but he's a badass bass player. I'm like, I think the girls would gravitate more to a bass player than a scuba diver, but you do you, you know. But he's got the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think he'll maybe, because I know with my son, one week he into one thing, the next week he
Yeah.
into another. Now the basketball has been consistent,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it to say like they go through phases, so he may
Yeah.
end up.
You never know. I know, you know, he's already like, I came in his bedroom it's probably been a month ago, and he's like, Mom, you know I'm leaving in 2 years. I'm just like,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gonna go out, and I'm gonna come back in, and we're gonna start all over again. But he's already thinking colleges, and so I think he'll always love music, and
Yeah.
I think he will play it. It seems to be the thing that he goes to when I've said no more phone, and then I'll hear him up there like playing Led Zeppelin or Paul McCartney, or you know. So
You know what? It sounds
okay.
very similar, because that's what my son, one time I took his phone and then he went to the piano, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's something there. You know, it's like I think a comfort zone maybe for them, and they're familiar with it because it's part of what we do. You know what I mean?
Because I'm sure your son probably has grown up traveling with you and going to shows. My kids have grown up on the tour bus. In fact, I will say that my 16-year-old took his first steps in the green room at a TV show I was taping.
Oh.
And I mean, they love it. It's a part of their reality. Yes, it's mom's work. When we're home, they just want mom to be normal, you know. Try not to burn dinner, you know.
I'm not even allowed to cook, but we're not gonna get into that. You started out as a Lakers girl?
I did.
And I heard you almost didn't make the audition.
No, I
Look at this.
well, I knew that the girls I was auditioning with, they were all up there. And they said, hey, Polly, you want to try out to be a Laker girl with us? And I said, no, I don't look like you. They said, oh, but you're good. Come on. What do you have to lose? And then I figured, you know what? When I was a little girl, my dad taught me at 8 years old, he said, because I'd say, Dad, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Oh, there's my daddy. I'm going to make it one day. And he said, well, honey, you're going to be faced with rejection. And rejection, you're going to be told no. And that you're going to have to accept that it's okay. Because I'm going to tell you something. Remember this, honey, no is the beginning of a negotiation.
Love that.
And I carried that with me my whole life. So when I got to, I was the only girl carpooling with 4 other talls, and I was the small, and I figured I'm not the obvious choice. I'm never the obvious choice. So I brought a bag of clothes, you know, I brought a dance bag. So there were thousands of girls auditioning, and I was number 742, I remember the number. And I remember they took, you know, hundreds at a time, and I got up, and it was my line, and I'm like this.
Yes.
On my toes.
Show us.
And they go, when we call your number, please step forward. And I'm going, and 2 of my friends were called, and I'm going, yes. And I'm sitting here on my toes, and number 742, and I stepped up, and I'm like, and then I heard from the voice from God, all right, if we called your number, we're thinning the herd. You can come back next season. Didn't even get to dance. So 3 of the girls, me and 2 girls, I was so pissed. There were 2 girls left, and I was so aggravated, and I ran to the bathroom, and I got into the stall, and I said, no, it's the beginning of a negotiation. And I took off my leotard and tights, put on a new leotard and tights, and this time I put my hair in a ponytail.
Go on, Paula.
And I entered as my middle name, Julie, and I spelled my last name, Abbal. And I went out there, and the 2 girls that were cut with me were like, you can't do this. And I went, and I ran out to the next 2 girls, and they were like, that's not fair. I can't believe you're doing this. You can't do. And I'm like, there are no rules. I mean, so like, who cares? And so I did it, and then all 3 of us got cut.
You got cut again?
Got cut again, and then I said, guys, can you just wait one more round? I still have one more outfit. And they said, no, we're leaving. Take a bus or a cab home. I went, really? They go, really? And I went into the stall. I saved the best for last. I pulled out the Jane Fonda red and white chevron stripe leotard.
You knew what to do.
I put blue leg warmers on. I put blue wristbands and a blue headband. And now I had to enter as my first initial P, my middle initial J, and I spelled my last name Apple, A-P-P-L-E. And what am I going to do? I have to change my hair. So I put
Don't tell me you had
half up, half down, and it became very, very, very famous. The palm tree, Paula's palm tree on top of her with a hair scrunchie. And I sat in my office on the toilet, and I said, dear God, I'm going to be bold and daring and unique. Okay, look after me. And I went out there. Right as I was going out, I heard back half of the arena come forward and the front half go back. So I just ran right to middle front. And I got to dance, and then they said, back half of the arena, come front, go to the back. I'm going, oh, shoot, they're going to forget about me. What am I going to do? Be bold, be daring? And I ran right back up to the front.
You were determined to make it, and you did.
3 times the charm.
Oh, my God. I thought I had some never give up about me. So you grew up in Southern California.
I did.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah, born and raised.
And your parents helped you fall in love with music? What's that?
Yeah, I give so much credit to my parents. They're both big music lovers, and my dad, he sings and he played bass, and he was in bands growing up, so we would always like just sing back and forth and have these like riff battles and stuff as a kid. I thought it was normal, but looking back, I'm like, oh, I guess that was kind of a unique way to grow up. I was just always singing around the house, so I'm grateful to them because they really created a safe space for me to just figure out, you know, what I loved.
You're a singer, you're an actress, you write music as well, right?
Yes.
What do you consider yourself first?
Ooh. It's funny you ask because I think I would have maybe a few years ago said a singer, but now I think stepping into this new chapter, this new era, I just turned 30. I feel this new wave of confidence kind of coming over me. So I would say overall, I think I see myself as an entertainer, as a performer.
I
think
love that.
Fits into different things.
I like that answer because it's everything else is under
Yeah, I don't want to limit myself, you know, just to one thing. So
I'm gonna have to steal that answer
Do
for
it.
sure. When was the last time we got to see each other? Do you remember?
I saw you when you were doing The Voice in the UK, and I came and helped you mentor, and that was fun.
That's that moment right there.
Oh, gosh, I got blown my hair.
It looks so good. And do you remember when we, let's see, we did a song, Love is Your Color, right?
And we duetted together on a song for a movie, which was amazing. Like, I just love you so much and love your
I'm a
voice.
fan.
So it was such a beautiful moment for me to do that with you.
It's always a dream to sing with you and just be in your presence.
Being with you.
Because you know what, it's different when you come from like similar backgrounds. Like you were on, was it X Factor?
Yes,
I was on American Idol.
Yeah.
It's like it's only a small group of people that share a similar experience. When you say,
yeah, not a lot of artists come up that way, so it was a very similar experience, and we both had Simon.
I like how you brought that up. We both had, but he was much nicer to you back then.
Do you know what? You got like, he got nicer as the years went on. You did.
Yes.
You did Idol like before me, and then I was a bit later. He was getting a little bit nicer then. So I think I had a bit of a better experience.
So that's when the transition happened.
Yeah, and then I think now that he has his son, he's like really nice.
He is.
He's like gone the opposite now. So, yeah.
I love how you put that together because I was trying to figure out like, hey, you know, he was my first guest for the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a whole new Simon. I was like, what happened to the old Simon?
People change.
People
it's good. Change for the better.
For the better.
Nice. Yeah.
I love that. How old were you when you started singing?
I started, do you know, my dad tells me that I started singing like in the back of his car. I don't even think I was one yet. And I would just sing along to the radio, and my dad would hear this little da-da-da in the back, and he'd turn the music down and be like, is that? Yeah, so I've just always loved music, loved singing, just since I was a little girl.
Oh,
yeah.
And your parents are here today?
They are.
Where are they?
Yes, just there.
Hi!
Mama.
How is your parents? Hi, Mom. Yeah. Hi, Dad. It's me, Jennifer. And you're a new mom now. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Leona got a baby. Oh my gosh, she's so precious. Oh my God, how old is she?
She's 9 months old.
9 months?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Carmel.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's so gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, my baby, she's here. She's backstage. I was just like with her, like giving her cuddles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's so precious. So tell me, what surprised you most about becoming a mom?
Oh, how much food gets on me. Like how much food is spat on my clothes. No, just, oh my gosh, she's taught me so much. She's just taught me so much about love. She's taught me just looking at her little face, smiling, and just seeing her like she's just started to crawl. And I'm like, oh, my baby's doing this. And she's just taught me so much. She's so beautiful. It's, I don't know, just becoming a mom is like, it's a whole new experience. Like, I wasn't prepared.
I don't think any of us can really be prepared.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is, it's hard, it's challenging, but then you look at them at the end of the day and you just see them looking at you and smiling, and your heart just bursts open. So it's been a beautiful experience so far, you know.
Spoken like a true mother. That's for sure. Okay, it's a dream of mine to do a Christmas EP album, something.
Oh, you have to.
Okay, I see it was on your bucket list to do one.
Yes.
Okay, so now that you've finally done it, like, how do you feel? And how long did it take you to finally do it? Because every year it's like next year, Jennifer, next year.
Right.
How many times did that happen to you?
So I felt the time was right now, and I just kind of organized my team. I got everyone together, and I just reconnected with Fifth Harmony's A&R. His name is Joey Arbagy, and he just said, hey, you know, it began with Under the Tree. We were just going to release that, but then he was like, hey, what about like a Christmas EP? And I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, it's such a dream, a bucket list, like you said, and it just feels so amazing. You know, I just love the holidays so much. It's
You got to do what's on your heart.
Yes.
I totally agree with that. Right, guys? And that's so beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh my God. And then you reunited with one of your band members from Fifth Harmony?
Did, yes. So I reunited recently with Dinah, one of my members of Fifth Harmony. And, you know, we hadn't seen each other in 5 years, which is a long time. And she actually we reunited at her party a few months ago. And then she heard my album, and she was playing it in LA traffic, and she loved it so much that she wanted to hop on it. So she asked her managers to ask my managers, and we were like, oh my God, like, of course, that would be amazing. And she sent it, and it blew my mind. I mean, she crushed it.
I love that. I have to ask, like, you know, you were in a group, now you're a solo artist. Like, how does it feel taking a solo artist journey on your own? You know, how does that feel?
It's pretty awesome. I love it, you know, being in charge of my career, of my music, having, you know, the team that I've wanted since, you know, for a long time. It's been amazing. I get to be in control of my art and what I love to do, and just like, you know, releasing my Christmas EP. I mean, it's things like that I get to do that's really liberating.
That's good. That is excellent for you. I love that for you.
Thanks.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.